to the PsyCoach Podcast. Welcome to the PsyCoach Podcast, the meeting place between depth and direction, trauma recovery and leadership strategy, ancestral healing and modern success. I'm Nnenna Uneke, and today we're on a mission to dismantle two of the most limiting stories you've ever been told. One is that you're broken. We'll expose how that narrative springs from well-intentioned survival strategies and learn how to recognize those strategies as signals, not defects. Second is that your worth depends on how people see you and what you do for others. We'll uncover why your core values should not be up for negotiations and your self-worth shouldn't be determined by external validations. By the end of our conversations today, you'll be able to spot when your coping mechanisms have become part of your identity and course correct in real time. Anchor your self-worth in an inner understanding, free from the highs and lows of external praise and criticism. Thirdly, you'll be able to put into practice two simple, powerful exercises. One to realign your inner compass, and the other to root you in your inherent worth. Guiding us through this journey is Ruth Dunmade, counselor, coach, and family wellness advocate, who's transformed lives from her counseling room to the Miss Face of Humanity Nigeria stage. Together, we'll move beyond brokenness into clarity, beyond earning your worth into remembrance. Ready to reclaim your direction and remember your value? Let's dive right in. Welcome to the show, Ruth.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure being here.
Well, thank you for making the time. I'm really excited. And what a wonderful intro.
Thank you so much.
I am fascinated about the work you do, and I wanted to know more about your work working with the Miss Face of Humanity.
Okay, Miss Face of Humanity is an initiative not by me, by a lady called Blessing. So mine was to come on the show to help the pageants, those contesting for the Face of Humanity, because they were from several states of the Federation, that's Nigeria.
Yeah.
So they came for the pageant, and I was to do their coaching, especially when it comes to mental health and wellness. So I handled that session with them. We had to navigate from where they are and where they are heading to, especially with the complications that comes with competition. So I had to guide them through that process. So that was it, yeah.
That's interesting to me. And I'm wondering how many shows producers, when putting together a show, would even think of that component.
Oh, yes.
That we should gain some mental agility or mental resilience coaching for the contestants. So kudos to the producers.
In fact, that was beautiful because we realized that a lot of persons, they are all concerned about what they want to gain during such kind of competition.
Right.
But some persons don't take cognizance of the aftermath of what happened to these people that contested.
Yes.
What is the effect of that process?
And being exposed.
Being exposed to the world, and they have to compete. That alone is so much for some persons. So those people, they considered it and they brought me on board for that session. I really do appreciate that moment. And it was, wow. I loved it,
Sounds like a fun job.
Yeah.
Another title that I'm interested in is a family wellness advocate. Tell me more about your role there.
Okay, so I believe that every person on earth is coming from a family.
Yes.
No one just landed from the sky. You came from somewhere. And your first contact must be with a family.
Yes.
A man goes for a woman, whatever, and they have a child.
Yes.
Having a child, the child is coming to a family.
Yes.
So mine was like, the family is one of the most important components. So because of that, I said, this is something I would love to do. I would love to be so interested in family, to see how family could be happy, because we know what we will be having to talk about today most times comes from such stories that makes people either stuck or they want to either re-strategize, re-navigate their life through the process. So I decided to say, okay, family wellness is something that I would love to, because it's in family that you teach a child how to speak.
Yes.
Not only that, in families, we also teach the children how to listen. And in the process of that, you now teach them how to cooperate. So because of that, I said, this is just the place we need to start. Because if you don't start there well, the society and the world at large will be so complicated, that will be so confused. So that is why I collected that part, family wellness.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
So would you say that you do a lot of work with families, and what does that look like? Do you usually get the entire family unit, or just a parent, or the parents and the kids?
Okay, now depending on the case at hand. So for instance, if we're talking about addiction, we know addiction is a family disease.
It is.
So if one person is suffering from it, everybody is suffering from it.
Yes.
So there is a place you want to do with an individual, and there is a place you would love to do with a family. Because sometimes they are coming from their healing process and they go back to that family that probably is their trigger.
Yes.
And so that is why it depends on what is at hand per time. If it's going to be somebody treating or attending to someone that is going through addiction, then you do the family component at a phase. If it's going to be like couple therapy, I do a lot of premarital too.
Yes.
I volunteer in my local assembly too, where I do a lot of premarital counseling. When people want to get married, it's okay, let's go through this mental health thing and see if those people are okay.
Yes.
If they are not okay, what do we need to do right now before they get to the next phase? So those are the things. So sometimes we come from either premarital angle, or when there is an issue in the family and see a way to handle it. So different aspect depending on the situation at hand. Yeah.
Left for me, I think that before two people get married, they should put them through some type of mental assessment.
Yeah, very important.
Figure out if these people are in the same place in life, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, to even start to raise a family. Because like you said, the family unit is the core of the community, the local government, the states, the nation, the world. And if there's dysfunction in the family unit, it spreads. Ripple effects. I also like that you mentioned addiction, which we know is a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
So that brings us to one of our first questions.
Yeah.
What are the signs that you've noticed when people start to use coping skills instead of just a strategy right now, like when they just delve into their coping skills as an identity?
Okay. So you see, coping skill is coping skill. Coping skill is not a core. It is just what you do to escape momentary stress.
At the moment,
At the moment. So that is why it's called a coping skill.
Yeah.
And you see, it's going to be unfair on anybody that wants to just rely only on coping skill.
Yeah.
Because we don't know how far you can go with that. For some person, it depends on what the situation is. There are certain situations that you just have to work on coping skill and you work around it. But there are certain situations at hand that you really need to go into the core of your existence.
Yes.
Who truly are you? Why are you here?
Yes.
What are the things that you love to fulfill? What are the skill sets you have? Right. What are the things that makes you happy? What are the things that are the core of your existence? What are the abilities you have? Yes. What are not just only abilities, what are the experiences you've gone through?
That you can tap into.
That you can tap in, yes. What are the exposures you are open to? So these are the things that you could start looking more into than just talking about a coping skill. Coping skill is, I sometimes I still think is at the peripheral level.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, don't just rely only on coping skill.
Yeah.
It's just for the moment.
Right.
So go back to the core of your existence.
So what I'm hearing is that when people get to like a fork in the road, so to say, and they reach out to a coping skill, whether it be some drug, alcohol, any type of vice.
Yeah.
If they don't have the awareness that they are relying too much on a coping skill, then they can take it too far.
Yeah.
But if you stop and say, okay, how sustainable is this? Right? Is this something I can always grab? Is it something that is nearby? For instance, someone who does drugs as a coping skill.
Yeah.
I always say coping skills are not bad.
Yeah.
You just have to determine, is this sustainable?
Great.
Is this something I can always reach out to and is there for me, right? If I've decided that I want to smoke weed every time I'm stressed and it calms me down, right? What else can I do, right? Will it have the same effect if I journaled, if I played music and listened, if I reached out to somebody and got support? Because those are things that I can always have, right? Things that are dependent on me. If I go out and go for a walk and I promise myself that this walk is my mental health clarity walk. I'm going to go on the walk. I'm going to clear my mind so that when I come back, even if I still wanted to smoke, it's not because I'm stressed. Because I've gone out, I've walked. It's not the first thing I'm reaching to. So it means that I'm building skills that are always going to be there. Even when I don't have the money to buy the weed. Because the problems with using external substances is that you're going to need to maintain the habit. And one problem becomes another. Right? You're smoking weed to calm anxiety. Now you've developed an addiction. It just never ends.
It doesn't end.
And then at some point, you're going to need a higher dose of whatever it is. Right? From weed, it's going to be cocaine. It's going to be more. It's going to be more. When does it end? So that's why it's important for us to start to cultivate coping skills that are within ourselves, that we can always reach out to, that are always going to be there. And however crazy that might sound to somebody, if that's something you can go in your room and do, and whether it's meditation, prayer, calling on your ancestors, whatever it is that helps you feel grounded, that's the goal. So that it's always there. It doesn't matter if you're in the moon. It's there because it's within you. It's a skill that you've developed within yourself.
So coping skill has several ranges. Now, for persons that probably are going through hard times, bereavement, or pain, and they decided that their coping skill is either alcohol. Why some other persons, their own coping skill is when I finish taking it, how does it make me feel high? And after feeling high, I come low. I start from 1 again. Why some other persons, their coping skill is when they're already in the situation. They are probably into drug, into addiction one way or the other, whether pornography or whatever. Coping skill is, okay, I'll make sure that if it's porn, I'll not be in a quiet place. That is a coping skill for someone. So I'll not be in a place that I'm alone. Well, how long will you not be in a place that you're alone?
Right, especially if you're not reaching out for support.
How long? So sometimes coping skills are good, they are okay, but how sustainable, like what you earlier said, how sustainable are they?
Can you keep it up for a lifetime? Whenever you run through, you run into those challenges or difficulties. All right, that's interesting to hear. So another question I have is, when someone comes to you, for instance, or you meet someone says, oh, I'm just broken, something's just wrong with me. How do you start to redirect person and say, well, maybe you're not. You're just off of alignment. Like you're just out of alignment. Maybe you're not living according to your purpose. It's not that you're broken. We just have to figure out. You need to find who you are and start to work in that direction. How do you redirect that person?
I often tell people that there is no journey that is straight without certain bumpy paths. You're going to probably Port Harcourt today from Abuja, you have to drive. You will get some hiccups. Either bad road, either one accident had happened, not from your own end, from someone else, and there is now a kind of traffic jam. It will affect you one way or the other. So the same thing applicable to our lives. Things will happen. And you see, we say people are broken is just because that is the fastest nomenclature to use. You understand? And we are here, we say, oh, no, you're actually not broken. No, you're going through a phase. No, because of what we know.
Exactly.
You get, so I'm sure with what you are doing, sensitizing the public, sensitizing people wherever you find yourself, telling them, no, actually, you are in broken. You're going through a phase. So when people come to me, hey, ma'am, I'm going through this. This is happening to me. My husband is not functioning well. My husband is not happy with me. My children are not functioning. you start and say, right now my life is finished. So, and now sometimes I just look at them and I just smile. Like, this thing is serious and you're smiling. I keep calming down. Yeah. And you now start asking certain questions, probing questions. Mm-hmm. Probing question. Your husband is frustrated. Why is he frustrated? Mm-hmm. He's frustrating you. Why is he frustrating you? Why? You start asking the whys. Mm-hmm. Then, some persons get to a point like, oh, actually, I didn't even think about it this way. Because when life happens to you, especially when they come simultaneously.
Right. Bam, 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 bam.
Here we say it's about booze.
Yes, when it rains, it pours.
Yeah, when it rains, it will pour. Normal.
Yes.
It's normal. So when these things happen to you and you are off the hook and you're like, you're finished.
Yeah.
So that is when life, especially when you haven't developed your mind, mm-hmm. your mind start playing fast one on you. And start telling you, this is where your end is. This marriage is already broken. Your children are not going to turn out well. You, from the beginning of your world, your parents have always said you're a failure. Really, you are a failure.
And now it's manifesting.
And now it's manifesting. And you say, yes, my mom said it to me, and I'm a failure, and I can never be better.
Yes.
And you dwell on, I can never be better.
So they make that their identity.
Yes. So no matter what they try to do, that still resonates with them. And it comes in different form. I can never be better.
And that is such a limiting mindset.
Such a limiting mindset that, because it has been said often, repeatedly, to such a person, it becomes the person's lifestyle automatically. It becomes an unconscious competence.
Yes.
Something that you don't even need to breathe to start living that you're a failure. So now when these things happen and we come to in fact, I think today I would love to talk to certain counselors and therapists. There is nobody you can heal.
Oh. Are people out here promising to heal people?
Oh my God. Some persons just feel that when you come to my coaching, you'll be well. It's not true.
No.
That is you promising something you can't fulfill.
Because the work is on the client.
It's on the client.
Right, it's not your work. You're
it's
a
on
guide.
The client. You're just a guide.
Yes.
So, and guess what? Some of us that claim to be coaches and therapists, we even need to look inward to.
No, we need therapists.
Yeah, sure. But to be apart from some of us, even as a therapist, you still need a therapist. Not because anything is wrong with you, because when you keep internalizing people's issues, keep internalizing their challenges,
counter-transference can happen.
That is it.
Yeah.
So we need it. We need therapists in that. We need our friends to like, oh, this is time for me to regurgitate. It's time for me to pour out. It's time for me to just breathe here because this client want to kill me.
I mean, that's really important. So talking about feeling highly dysregulated, and I know people go through that every day, but as therapists in your practice, do you have any grounding practices or just a way to recenter yourself or your client that are actually practical that they can take with them? Any exercises that you've thought about that works?
Yeah, so there are different exercises. You see, that is what I keep telling you, that is the counselor, the coach, or the therapist, that you're not the one to do the work.
Yes.
Yours is to guide.
Amen.
So, it's time to say amen here. Yours is to just guide, instruct where necessary.
Give the tools.
Give the tools. For some persons, just a simple journaling will work for them. When someone's mind is so big, clouded with so many problems, to journal
just
becomes
externalizing the thoughts from the head.
Yeah, it becomes so. Just telling some persons can't journal because their mind is so full of cobwebs that is not clear to even see the little good around them. Now, for some, journaling could start helping them exhale and exhale well.
Yes.
For some other group of persons, it may just be their meditation. For some other group of persons, it may just be you just having your gratitude journal to tell yourself that today I was able to go to the office early. My office starts probably 9 and I was able to be there 5 minutes to 9 after 10 years of trying to be early. And you go early.
Yes. That's an achievement.
That is an achievement.
You got out of bed and sun is out.
Yes. Everything that has always been telling you relax, you bet it and moved on and you were there 5 minutes at a time. It's a big deal.
So not just having done the behavior, but taking the time to reflect on it and write it down can be what solidifies that behavior to become a habit.
Yes. So behavioral, you're talking about behavior, talking about habits. Habit is that thing now
that you do
continuously. Okay, today I was able to be 5 minutes early. What did I not do fast? Or what did I not do on time that made me a little bit late? Okay, today I should just adjust a little bit. And you just tell yourself, Ruth, adjust. And you start thinking about it. Start saying, okay, what can I adjust? You say, okay, probably I slept around 11-ish. Let me sleep probably 8 o'clock. Because I slept 11, not because I was doing any productive thing. I was just solving the nets. This world, wickedness. This world. You kept absorbing things on the net
that are not your
business. And at the end of the day, you not tell yourself, okay, that 3 hours I wasted, I need to really catch it up somewhere.
Right.
And you do it the next day. And you saw that you're like 10, 15 minutes earlier.
And the thing is, our brain loves rituals. I know when we say it, we say habits building stuff. Our brain loves it and is rooted in neuroscience.
Yeah.
Like if I woke up every day and I did the same thing, and normally I wake up and I drink my shot of kai kai. That's what wakes me up, right? So there's the behavior, right? And then there's the consequences, which is how it makes me feel.
Yes.
So even if I started trying to not get drunk anymore because I don't like how the kai kai makes me feel.
Yeah.
I'm still addicted to the behavior.
Yes.
Getting up, pouring a cup.
Yes,
right?
routine.
So now I have to look for something else that I can
replace
my behavior, because changes is behavioral and cognitive.
Yes.
So even if I make my cognitive changes, I have to make the behavioral changes to match.
Replace.
And I'm an addictions counselor too. We talk in addictions that the easiest thing to do is to replace an addiction with an addiction.
Yes.
Because people who are prone to addiction are creatures of habit, right? When someone is quitting smoking, it's not just, I don't like the nicotine, I want to stop it. There's still this gesture, right? This is behavioral, right? And you still want to do that, even when you're not smoking. Like you see people for a very long time still being outside doing this, even though they're not smoking, right? And then they created e-cigarettes that can still help you do the gesture. So the behavioral part is the hardest part to quit.
It is,
right? So if we know that and we start to teach people, do some psychoeducation, that whatever it is that you're trying to, whatever coping mechanisms you're using, think about it in two parts. There's the behavioral, there's the cognitive changes, right? Which one do you think is harder? And we find that cognitive changes are easier, a little easier.
Cognitive,
but behavior is hard.
It's so tough.
Yes.
You are just your behavior, because that's what you wake up to see.
Some total of your behavior.
Yes. Every day, that is what you wake up to see. So behavioral is tough. However, there is none of it that if you by yourself. So now that is what comes when it comes to recovery. Is it not when the addict is saying, this behavior has made me lose a lot of opportunity and relationship. This behavior and habit has made me 10 times backward.
Right.
this behavior has made me become a shadow of myself. It is when the person realizes that.
Self-realization.
Self-realization. And say, wow, now what can I do?
Right.
Until they get to that point.
They hit rock bottom.
I feel for families, especially when you have a son, a daughter going through these hard times. Sometimes parents want to feel like, I wish I can help them. But you can't.
Right.
I have a case like that on my plate. Every day it's looking at me. Every day is looking at me. And I'm telling the parents of this person, like, you take it easy. You see, let me let you know I can't do nothing.
Until they are ready.
Until they are ready. I can't even do any magic. If I let me call on the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's good, yeah. There is that power that could do that. But the person, I know the story of a son that told the father, give me my property. I want to go. I want to go have fun. I'm tired of being daddy's boy.
Oh, okay.
So he left. When he left, he squandered everything.
Yes.
To the extent that he started eating with pigs.
The direction you thought you didn't need.
Yes.
Newsflash.
Yes, he started eating with pigs.
Yes.
Until one day, he asked himself, even the servants in my father's house,
They live better.
They live better.
Yeah.
They live better. When he realized that, he said, okay, I will go back to my father and say, Father, I'm sorry. Until he got to that rock bottom, until he hit that point, that was when only him, nobody advised him. Probably situation has been advising him. Life has been telling him he was not ready until he got to that point.
You know what you mentioned about children, especially teenagers or young adults in this age? We talk about families and how important it is to make sure the family unit is solid. But at some point when you're raising kids, they're going to grow up from being babies to children to preteens to young adults.
Yeah.
And sometimes the parents don't have that much influence.
Sure.
And when that young adult starts to do things they're not supposed to do, the parents are consumed by guilt.
So much.
Because they feel like it's something they didn't do or something they didn't
do right.
And that causes a lot of stress. And if I can talk to any parents right now, I want to directly talk to parents.
Yeah.
When we talk about the stages in life that people go through, right? Sometimes it's important to let our young people go through things and come to their own conclusion. Because at this point in life, if you're taking someone who's between the ages of 18 to 25 and they have their minds made up on things, they're going to check out whatever it is they have their minds made up on.
Sure.
Right? And then you pray that you've given them enough wisdom, enough guidance as parents to succeed. Like, you have to trust yourself a little bit. And I know it's hard, that they know better, even though they might not be exhibiting it at the time. That wherever they are and the occasion arises for them to really show their pedigree, what they're made of, that they are willing, that there's something there that you've deposited that they can draw from. Because other than that, parents would die of heart attack because it's hard.
It's hard. I remember a mother telling me, she said, Ruth, I'm a failure. I said, Ma'am, why? Say, are you not seeing my son? See him wallowing in pain. He sold everything he has. He can't take care of his family. At my age, I'm still doing this. Married with children, but he can't take care of one. She said, I'm a failure.
That is rooted in identity work.
Yeah. I now said, how? I said, he's an adult.
You've done your work.
You've done yours.
Yes.
So another person shouldn't be responsible for another adult.
No.
You say, but mothers, they will always say mothers will always be mothers. Please, mothers, stop being that mother.
Especially when you're throwing into what seems like a bottomless pit.
Yes.
Right?
Stop being that kind of mother that just, you have done yours. Oh, yes, let's assume you didn't do yours. An adult will always now keep going to wear napkin. An adult will always go back to a feeding bottle and start sucking.
Right.
So let's assume the mother or the father isn't there anymore. So, and they see an adult as old as 20, 25 carrying the feeding bottle, sipping. Who sees that adult? And who is going to be responsible for the action? Not your mother.
Because there are other adults around you that are not using
feeding bottle.
It's on you to learn.
It's on you, yes.
Right.
It's on you. So I would love to encourage every mother here, every father here, hearing this today. Don't be too hard on yourself. You have done your bit. You have done your best. And it is left for, especially a child that is already an adult, a young adult. So just let it be. You have done, I'm sure, I know it's hard. I'm sure one day your son, your daughter will realize what he is doing or she is doing to herself and think of what to do to go further. Please, I want to beg you, have some empathy on yourself. Please.
Some self-compassion goes a long way.
Yes.
Yes.
Self-compassion, please. I want to beg you as a mother or a father. Yeah.
So since we're on the topic of parents, so I want to ask, what do you think is the mindset shift that parents need to stop basing all the identity and who they are on how their kids turn out, or external approval or praise based on how others see you? What is the mindset shift that needs to happen for people to step away from that?
We were talking about brokenness earlier on. A lot of our parents have gone through their phases. They've taken some level of lemonades. Their teeth are so sour.
And falling out.
Yes, and they are feeling bad about their own experience from their parents.
Yes.
So now, and they are grown, they have to do for their children, which they have done. So for you as a mother or as a father, realize that sometimes you need your own self-regulation and healing.
Ooh,
yeah.
You just opened up a can of worms.
Yeah, you need it.
Sometimes it's the parents.
Yes.
Let's just be honest.
Yes, you need your healing. You don't even... How many persons go for lectures for parenting? How many persons go for lectures to be better husbands? How many persons go for lecture to be better wives?
Emotionally, mentally, not knowing how to cook.
Yeah.
Not just knowing how to cook.
Cooking is, I think cooking is even just
the bare minimum.
The bare minimum. Cooking, you can outsource it.
But who you are, you cannot
outsource who you are.
That's a word.
You can outsource cooking, you can't outsource who you are. So a lot of times, we parents, sometimes we should pause and tell ourselves we need
Have we done our own healing?
That is it.
We need some
unlearning. We need to really self-reflect and ask ourselves, is there something I need to work on? Because you are angry at your children are not your problem. To be sincere.
Right.
The way you react to them they are not responsible for it. Say, every day you make me angry, you make me upset, you're doing this. No.
That's your problem.
No, that is your problem. That is why you have to learn how to self-regulate. That is why you as a parent, like this morning, I was taking care of my last baby. She's 7, so I had to bathe her myself, prepare her for school. My sister, that is hard.
It is.
As simple as that. And
they will give you directions every point on how to do it.
Do you understand?
But just do it yourself.
So it's hard. That sometimes you just say brush your teeth. Yeah. Only brushing your teeth. Yeah. Especially when you're running out of time. And she was just playing, having her own fun. My time was going. I was like, oh God, this girl. It got to a time I had to pause. I did a deep breathing.
Yeah.
I said, this girl, if I use this frustration right now, I may do what I don't want to do. So by myself,
being able to check yourself.
I had to check myself, and I asked myself certain question. I said, okay, this girl is having fun. You are the one frustrated. Why don't you think of a new strategy?
Right.
To find a way to harness this her energy to produce what you want.
Right.
Immediately I thought of something. And I said, you have to eat this morning. And if you don't finish on time, you will not be able to eat before going to school because you have to meet up with your car. The moment I want to eat, if you want to eat, so let's take a bath. I had to do deep breathing this morning so that I will not do what I have learned.
Right.
Corrective.
By default.
By default.
Yes.
And this happens to the best of us.
It does.
Because of our wiring. So we have to rewire ourselves.
Yes.
So that was what, as simple as that. Do you know that I practically caught myself relaxing my nerves while I was breathing. I said, oh God, she's not my problem right now. My problem, let me just find a way to control myself. And I did it. You see a man, he's talking to his wife. They are gisting, having fun, gisting, and their son comes in and just goes to mommy straight and give mommy a peck. Hey, mom, how you doing? The man just walked away.
Who is he annoyed at? The child, the wife, himself?
So that means...
I'm hoping that's a hypothetical scenario.
It's not just a hypothetical. It happened to a man that was sharing. He was sharing it. So only him by himself, he got angry and left. Why? Why did you leave? He felt, at that moment, he saw abandonment. Why? I never saw my mom or dad have this kind of thing.
Interaction, yeah.
And my son just came and did that, and I was neglected. That was his interpretation. And only him caught himself. And I think parents, as individuals, learn to catch yourself. Why am I angry? They are all emotions. Emotions are good.
Right.
Emotions are nice. There is nothing called negative emotion.
Right.
Yes.
If they are there, it's for a reason.
It's for a reason.
We address why they are there.
Anger is an emotion. Yes. And God kept anger for a reason. Someone is coming to poke their hand into you. You will react.
Yes.
God kept it. Yours is to see when it is going to the extreme.
Yes.
And how to regulate it. So he realized, he caught himself. And he said, okay, emotions are messengers. They are not the real thing.
Right. What's the real thing? And trauma is a sneaky bastard.
Yes.
Sorry for that word.
Yes.
It will sneak up on you.
Yes, it will just sneak up on you when you aren't ready. Yes. If you don't go heal from it deliberately. So he caught himself and he realized that he just interpreted that action from an innocent son as abandonment. And he started asking himself questions. Why do I feel like this? Okay, this was what mommy did to me. Mommy left early. Mommy left. She left so soon. She passed. So I didn't see this example. So it was a trigger.
Yes.
A simple hug from someone else. So be careful. How long can you be careful?
But also, like, do people even know what triggers them? Like, if you don't know what triggers you, you're just going to walk around being angry.
Is that not what we'll be talking about, the sovereign emotion?
Upset,
emotional sovereignty.
Irritable with people.
Yeah.
Being so short-fused with people.
You don't know.
It might not even be what someone in front of you doing right now that's causing you to be angry.
Yeah.
It's built up from past experiences. And because we don't take the time to check, to know what our triggers are, we don't know.
We don't know.
So imagine just going through life and you don't even know how the negative experiences you've had in the past shows up in your interaction with others who who don't even know what you've been through.
Yes.
And that's just such a horrible place to be. I talk about trauma a lot, and people might say, "Oh, it's this buzzword." It's not, because I feel like you've gone through life. At some point, something happened to you that affected you so negatively. But because we don't have the time to deal with things every time they come up, we shove it somewhere deep down, and we keep going.
We keep it in our pouch.
Yes. Another one happens, we shove it down, and we keep going.
Yeah.
Right? Because we have to keep moving.
Yeah.
And then one day, that place is going to be full, it'll bubble up, it'll spill. And pray that it doesn't spill out at the points where it'll ruin some other wonderful things for you, right?
Beautiful memories.
Because we don't take the time to really address them. Yeah. So let me ask you, we speak a lot about self-worth and our identities, how they are tied into what people think about us and people's approval, and instead of being grounded by the internal understanding that we are worth something.
Yeah.
Whether or not people agree on that. Do you have a mantra or a practice that you use to just stay grounded in your self-worth, or that you teach people?
So, I have come to realize that, Ruth, you are complete with or without your husband.
Ho-ha.
You are complete with or without your children. Now, a lot of times, our identity are always attached to these things.
Right.
And we don't even, it is what we learn.
It's very inherent.
It's just
very
inherent.
Deeply embedded. Yeah.
You get. So, two, I earlier told you about what I do in family wellness. I said one thing we do is teaching people how to speak up for themselves and what they want.
Yes.
And teaching people how to listen to others about what they are saying, not what they are interpreting.
Yes.
And the next thing is teaching people how to cooperate and
teamwork.
Find a way to agree. So you see, these things are the things that make any human being complete. One. On the other things, there are two things that makes any human being okay. One is you love to be appreciated as a person. Just be a human being. I'm a human being, I'm complete. And my decisions are my decisions. Yeah. You could advise me on my decision. I remember some days ago, my husband posted something on one of his social media handles. When I read it, I'm like, babe, that's too extreme. I was telling him, he told me, that is you.
Wow, and this is my post.
Yeah, that's you. It's extreme. They're asking what's on my mind. This was on my mind, and I'm asking a question. I don't care how anybody interprets this question. So when we were back and forth, I had to tell him, okay. When I went back, I like, you want to control another adult? You want to control another adult? That is when you now go and start saying that my husband doesn't listen to me. No. You passed your boundaries. Yours is to suggest. And if you say, no, I love this is what, and I know what I want to build. Because when he said one or two lines, I understood him. I retrieved a little bit. I was like, okay, but it wasn't settled in me. But he is a human being. Right. He deserves his expression.
Yes.
I am a human being. I deserve my expression.
Right.
So your daughter is human. She deserves an expression.
True.
You as a parent, and you have a daughter that is growing, yours is to guide and guard.
Yes.
Instruct and tell them this. Give them principles to guide them. Now, always learn to chest out for what you believe in. Especially when it's not against humanity.
True.
Because especially when I hear people say, do yourself, do you.
Right.
Do you, everybody will adjust. There are certain people that have been doing you. They've been doing themselves. And it's so much against humanity.
Right.
For instance, you see people go to a community, born humans. To be sincere, they are doing them. They are standing for what they believe in. But you see,
they're hurting.
You're hurting people. You left your boundary, going to another person's boundary to sniffle life. So now, does that mean do you? You get, so one of my principles I stand with is as much as lies within you, do good unto others.
Yes.
Do good unto others the way you want others to do unto you. Treat people like that. And stand by it. Work with it. Don't start feeling like because I stood for someone is not happy with me. Who is the person? Does the person have the same calling and assignments with you?
Right.
Yours is different. Yours is to pursue your own assignment.
Yeah.
Because if you don't pursue your assignment, you are no more human being.
Right.
You are now a doing being. Human being is, I wake up in the morning, this is what I love to do. This is what I love to do. This is the core of my existence. And the core of my existence is to show kindness and love to people.
And I do that.
And I do it. And leave people that feels that human beings are wicked, though.
Yes.
No matter how you do good, they will still kill you. After all, it's them that killed Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Right.
You get? That is their problem. That probably is their experience. I always say, no, I'm a good person. Right. I stand for goodness. If anybody decide when I finish doing good to him or her, decide to do me wrong, that's their business. That's that person's business. It's not mine. And I will not hold it against another. Because I feel that person is either blinded or short-fused.
Yes.
You've not known certain things. That's why you acted that way. I'm sure when you know, your eyes will be open.
Well, let's see then.
Move. Get, yeah.
So let's talk about the societal and cultural beliefs that perpetuate this idea that who we are should be tied to certain things, right? Our identity as a human, as a person, as an individual is often ignored. And it's tied into, what you do for work, who you're married, what your children do, what community, your last name, a lot of things. What is the best way to have people just developing themselves as individuals? Like, how, if you were to create a psychoeducation course on that, what would be the title?
Shape.
Talk more about shape. Shaping your identity yourself.
Yeah, number one, look for skills you have that you don't need so much drama to get. When you start looking for those things, those skill sets in it that you have, look for them. That is one of the things that makes you. There are certain people, immediately they touch this cup, they turn it to something. They are creative. So skillful at things they do. Emphasize on it. Develop it.
You put so much work into that, it becomes who you are.
Yeah, put it. Put your energy. Not only that, gather the happenings happening around you. Gather them. You ask yourself certain questions like, why am I here? You see this why question, a lot of people we leave it.
Right. Because it's uncomfortable to ask.
Yeah. It's so uncomfortable to ask. That is why a lot of us, we are not living our true self.
Yes.
Why? A producer has produced this laptop. Inside the carton, I had the manual. When you get to this kind of hiccup, this is what you do to adjust this. Those are the kind of questions you should start asking. Ask yourself such kind of things. Ask your creator.
Right.
You see, when those questions start dropping and you start breaking it down, those are your true essence. Not what probably you have not started seeing money and you equate your true essence to finances.
Wait till I get money.
If there is no money, what is it being a human being? You equate yourself to that. You mean your full self is about money? Forgetting that money is just a means. And money is a tool. Money is used to create memory. Money is not used for any other thing. Amongst everything that money is, not for exchange.
Right.
I want to go to Dubai today. I want to have social experience to create memory. What else again is money used for other than that? So you leave the full essence of your life to talk about only money. Because you don't have money, you're not doing. What about the time you give someone a helping shoulder and the person walked through life? You supported the person.
Right.
And the person became who he or she desired to be. You don't take that as anything. It is part of the core of who you are.
I think the reason why sometimes we focus so much of who we think we are on external things is because we probably haven't done the work to figure out what our core values are.
Sure.
Right. So if we know what those core values are, and we know that they're unshakable, like no matter what happens, I know there's some kind of work that I wouldn't do. I know there are places that I wouldn't be. I know there are people I wouldn't share spaces with. Right. When I know what those core values are, I know there are things that if I'm involved doing this kind of work, it will make me happy. Not only will it give me professional fulfillment, it will give me personal satisfaction.
Sure.
Right? When you know exactly what those things are, and that's when you can comfortably say, I would do this job and not get paid.
Yes,
right?
effectively.
And then the money wouldn't be a thing, but then the money will come.
Let me share something.
Because you're expending good energy, right?
Yeah.
It's expenses.
Yes,
you're taking good energy.
is money.
You're spending it in the right place. And
that is money.
But when people don't have that understanding,
they don't.
It's a difficult topic to talk about how money is nothing, money doesn't, because they don't know where they should put their energy that will make that money come.
Yeah, I know doing this work as a coach, a therapy, or a counselor to anybody part-time, there are certain times, this part of the world, sometimes we don't pay for these things.
Right.
Sometimes because of our network, we just find a way to always help people pro bono. And someone is already frustrated and say every time pro bono. Okay, you've not started making money from this thing. You aren't thinking of other things.
You're just thinking about money.
You're not thinking of other things that you could be doing.
Right.
Buying and selling. Because services are tough.
It is.
Some people, if it's not,
tangible
goods.
item.
Yeah, if it's not tangible, they don't understand value.
Meanwhile,
yes,
nothing works if the mind doesn't work.
Yes, until some people get to that level, you understand, you have not got into it. So I do the work, I go for, when it's that, sometimes I'm even so down. And someone say, okay, this is happening, and I know this person, you need to pay for this service. Sometimes I say, one of the core of my existence is help, support. I would rather say, let me do, any day you wake up, you have money, send money. I do it to my own expense. And to my expense, not because I want your approval. To my expense, because I want to help. And anytime I finish doing it, I feel that satisfaction. Say, I've been able to remove someone from pits. I've helped someone to just move from A to B.
Yeah.
And for me, so until people start realizing that satisfaction is not only when you get
something in return.
And we parents, results is not only money.
Yes.
So, when you go to work, especially we wives, it is not effort. People's effort should be appreciated.
Right.
Effort. The man went. He's a bricklayer. How much do they pay them per day? Probably 5,000 to 10,000 a day's job. And the responsibility at home is more than 100,000. Right. And he comes back beaten, battered, broken after carrying all the blocks.
Right.
And he's home because the need at home is 100,000, you throw his sacrifice for the day to the dogs.
And that's something you see in homes.
That is what you see at home. And at the end of the day, you have a lot of pain. Someone is saying, she doesn't appreciate me. Someone is saying, he doesn't appreciate me. You see, for you, you wanted results, 100,000 naira results. And the 10,000 results that came, you didn't appreciate it. It's so unfair.
Because he wakes up every day and he does the same thing.
Yes. Again. He does the same thing. Now, instead of you to keep bad-mouthing, it's probably people sit down and start thinking of how to re-strategize. What other thing can we do?
Yeah.
Not only what other thing can you do.
Right.
Because it is about us. And who has genderalized that the female or the male money should be bigger than the woman's, the male money? Who has bewitched us to that extent? Services can be paid to a man or to a woman.
It's cultural norms.
It's about value.
Those are hard to dismantle. Right? Societal cultural norms that have existed for years.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of conversations around gender roles.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay if the woman is earning. But I think those should be very personalized on a case-by-case basis.
Yes.
For this man A, it's okay for him if his woman earns more and he stays home and he takes care of the kids. For man B, even though he earns no money, it's a struggle for him to sit because his dad went out to work every day. His mom stayed home. So switching.
We are not even talking about laziness. We are not talking about lazy men, no. Or lazy women.
No.
Yeah, we are talking about people that are making efforts.
And going out and
doing things. But the result is not measurable.
Right.
So those are the people we are not talking about the people that want to do fine boy and fine girl.
Fine boy.
Yes, cross your leg, do your roll-on, pour your spray. No, we are not talking those category of people. Even the society, we don't want them. You're stressing us in the society. We don't know. We need people that really
putting in effort.
Whatever is the role in your home. Per time.
Very personal.
Very personal. Those are the people we're talking about. That everybody's efforts. That is what makes us human. Not only results. Results is not only what makes us human. Effort is still part of. Yes. You can imagine how gracious it will look like that a man that went out to look for 100 came back with 10. And he came back with some level, and he came home to a home that is peaceful. You have tried today. I know tomorrow 100 will come.
That's speaking life into.
Yes.
Motivating.
You may just be saying, motivation. You may just be saying it's an external factor. But you see, every human being wants to be somebody, and every human being wants relationship.
So let me ask, the woman who's hollering about 100K, how much is she bringing something?
So that is why I'm saying, why do we go to equate money?
Right.
Do you get? Sometimes it's...
Maybe all she could do was motivation, and it looks like in that case she's failing. She's not doing her part.
You can imagine that the woman came to inspire you to tell you tomorrow you get 100 and you feel she has not done anything. You see how simple it is. It complicates our society.
Yeah. I think people who do family work are trying because it's so
very stressful, very complicated.
So complicated.
Very complicated.
We can't take one case and say, this is how it should be. This is the ideal. Because different personalities, different cases, and it's hard. Even if someone writes a book and says, this is how you get a beautiful home, I still think some homes will be in turmoil. Based on personalities.
Yeah.
And when we start talking about personalities, that is a fact. Personality disorder is a thing. It's just that we don't talk about it a lot in this part of the world.
Personality disorder is when it is a disorder.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
People could be in a relationship and have their own thing that no one knows. And whatever is playing the role of that division is based on their personalities.
Yeah.
Not really what's happening in the marriage.
Yes.
You know? And some people just like chaos all the time. Right? If it's not chaotic, it's not fun.
Yeah, for some people, that is the core of their existence. If it's not, everybody is not shaking. They are not okay.
Exactly.
That is their problem. However, you see, our personality shapes us, right? And our personality affects every other thing.
It does.
But to be sincere with us, we are not the core of our personality. We cannot make ourselves so restricted that this is who I am.
No, what I'm saying is sometimes people have their personality that come to play in the decisions they make, and they don't even know.
Okay.
Right? They haven't taken the time to say, okay.
So, but that is not a disorder by saying personality, because personality disorder is at another spectrum.
Clinical. No, what I'm saying is people don't take enough time to sit down and say, why am I the way I am? Why do I do things the way I do things?
The why question, we get back to it again.
If we do, like I said, it's uncomfortable, but if we do that and we start to understand ourselves a little bit, why is it that when somebody does this, I want to do that? Why is it when I hear this, I think about this? Right? And we are able to connect the dots to that. And then we can start to understand ourselves better. So if I'm going somewhere where I know somebody might do something that will make me react a certain way, I can prep myself.
Sure.
Be hyper aware.
Yes, I understand
and
that.
Say, if this happens when I'm there, maybe what are 3
options
things that I can do quickly?
Yes.
I can deep breathe. I can get up and walk away. I can pull somebody inside and say, "Who can you hold my hand for 5 seconds?" You know, then you can pre-game before you get into spaces.
That is we trying to emotional sovereignty
to regulate.
Regulate. I remember. Okay, see, like coming back from the day's job, going home, as you're getting home, you remember that the children, they're already home. They will not fix things the way they should be. And it made I realized that when I come home, I'm already nagging.
Right.
You came this year. Why are you not supposed to do this? I'm already nagging. Only me. I told myself, say, hey, this mommy, don't turn to a bitter mommy. Don't just turn to like an angry bird. Because immediately you're now conditioning your children that immediately you come, there's a problem. Or when daddy comes, there's a problem. So do you know what I had to start doing? In the morning, when I'm leaving and they've gone to school, I just write the list of what I would love them to do before I come back. And I'll tell them specifically, say I'll be back by between 4:30 to 5:30. Now, please, when they come, they should do this, and do that. I have written it on the table so that when they come, they check, okay, we are eating this, we are doing this. And I come back from the gate. I start telling myself, don't worry in case they've not done it.
Right, you did your part.
Don't worry. Don't worry in case they didn't clean the zinc. Don't worry if they didn't get their uniform set for the next day. Don't start getting, do you know, just that alone.
Start getting worked up before you even
Yes, that alone, just telling myself that I'm going into the home and I am peaceful. And that sometimes you ask, Mom, is there anything wrong with you? You don't know that Mommy had done self-work before, because when they start asking me that question, I say, don't allow me to talk.
Right.
Don't allow me to talk. So, Mom, don't worry. Don't worry. We have 2 things we haven't done. We'll do it right away.
Now.
I say, please, now you can go. And I am calmer. So, when you have scenarios based on your heart, especially when you come back to a nagging wife or a nagging husband, you have scenarios to paint. Sometimes you will not have trouble.
Right.
We're not talking about people that are abusive.
Right. That's a whole different topic.
That's a whole. Do you understand? We're just talking about normal people that will get angry when things are not here. You get. So you start learning how to do that self-regulation for yourself, and say, okay, if my husband says this to me, which I know it's going to hurt me, okay, what do I respond, or how do I respond to him?
I just break out dancing.
Yeah. you just have, and at the end of the day, you're seeing that soft answer is turning away wrath that is supposed to be staring in your faces. You saw that your reaction, the way he thought you would, or the way she thought you would
react is the opposite.
Is the opposite.
Nothing disarms people like that.
Yeah. And they are not wicked people. When they just sit, probably later they come and say, I'm sorry for saying what I said to you.
Oh, this reminds me of one thing before we wrap up. Sometimes the work that needs to be done is not with other people.
Yes.
It's with us.
Yes.
Right? So imagine that someone is determined to throw you off your game today or to piss you off and they're just waiting for you. Say it's at the workplace or your neighbor at the market and they're just waiting for you to come in so they can start the day. And you come in and you've done your work. Of course, you have to have done your work.
Yeah.
And they start and you're like, oh, really? Right? And you just totally, instead of matching that energy,
you disarm.
They would go back and say,
what did I just do?
What?
No matter, even though the person is a mad person, really mad.
Your reaction, you just being able to be in control of
your emotion
fixes them.
Don't remember about other people's emotion.
You are not responsible for their raving madness. You are responsible for your calm and serenity and peace. Yes. And they tried and they tried and they tried and they couldn't get you off your kilter. And they start thinking, tomorrow they're not going to come with you with the same energy.
Yes.
And if you keep doing that, next thing you know, they
will self-regulate.
Yes.
That is how you train people. Unconsciously.
I believe in training people.
Yes, that's how you train, because a lot of times some persons are just naturally bitter.
Chaotic.
They are very chaotic. So when you have, I keep saying not people that are mean and wicked.
No.
We're just talking about emotions
people who thrive in chaos. Who are dysregulated every time.
Do you understand? So such kind of people, yours is to use strategies to empathize with them when you want to respond. Although, there are certain times you match people for energy. There are certain times you have to do that.
Right. And you say, oh, I wonder what's going on with you today.
Yeah. Okay? You give them subtle energy for their energy.
Yes.
And they're like, is it that serious? No, it's not that deep. You're the one that made it deep.
Yes, it's deep.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let me ask.
Yeah.
What is the one thing or one practice that we could do that will help us just redirect how we see ourselves, our self-worth, from external validation to this understanding of who we really are and the good person that we are? And if we're not good people yet, the promise that we're working towards being good people. How do we make it so that I can feel good about myself without worrying so much about that other people have co-signed me as a good person or that people think I'm good, because that's what makes me feel good? What's the one thing that people can do today?
Okay, I thought one of the things people could do is self-awareness. And you know you.
Yes.
And you're working according to you. Your plan, your work, your assignment, your purpose, your drive. When you know you, even when there are distractions along the line, you go back to you. That alone is enough for you to now say, no, this is who I am. This is what I do for myself and for people around me. Even when someone is not saying thank you. Even when someone is not saying well done.
Yes.
Because until you get to that point where you do what you do without waiting for thank you,
you're just a slave to
to external praise.
Yeah.
That, when you finish doing something and you get back, like now, I'm sure probably after you finish your podcast and all these deliveries that you have set for yourself, I'm sure when you sit down, you just, you have tried.
Let me tell you what I do most evenings.
Yeah.
I have a teenager, my son, he's in the room there.
Okay.
The best part of my evening, when everything is done and calm, we set the couch here and we sit down, we put the blanket over our feet and we drink tea.
Good.
And watch a show. It's like,
that is enough.
It's like, I've missed this all day. And when we set up our reward system, I believe in rewards.
Yeah.
Because our brain thrives on reward.
Sure.
Our brain thrives on praise. But the thing is being able to create little things that will still reinforce that praise, that still tell us, well done. Good. And me, I feel like when I'm done and in the evening, I can sit here and have my cup of tea, relax, and just chat, reconnect with my family. And that is enough, right? If anyone is sitting there thinking, did she do enough today? I don't care. Right?
Yours is different.
I did enough.
That is beautiful, but mine is another spectrum. Mine is, as far as I come back home and I said, I just remember, I have not spoken to this person today to make this person giggle or laugh. Yeah. I'll just pick a call and I'll gist probably 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, laugh. I'll just look for stories, just tell ourselves, and we'll finish laughing. We'll finish, I just see that.
And that feels good.
I'll just be like,
Yes.
And I'm good.
Rewarding.
And I'm fine.
And it's not external.
Nothing. I'm good. I just finished gisting with you and I made you a little bit happy, excited. You snapped out from one pressure that wanted to kill you that is not even up to 20,000 naira.
Right.
A pressure that is not up to 20,000 naira. Just a call snapped you from it and you're good. And for me, I'm like, such a beautiful moment that I just remember this person and I called her and I gave her joy again. Yeah. And I'm fine.
And that's rewarding.
That is rewarding. It's not only when you go and bomb the next nation alone that makes you feel I have achieved a lot. Yes. That is personal. Or you go and fight someone else and say, yes, that is enough. It's all over social media, buzzing everywhere. I am okay. So those little things are really things that you could just tell even without someone saying it to you. And you're fine. You're okay with it. That's so beautiful.
I love that. Now, you said self-awareness. How can people learn self-awareness?
Now, part of that I keep saying is to know your core. Right. Know the core of your existence.
Or they can come see you.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you want. Self-awareness is something that sometimes you can teach yourself. Right. Why some other times you need someone to help you navigate. Now, don't, as a counselor, I'll not tell you that I'm your Messiah. No.
Oh, no.
Look for yourself. Look for yourself inwardly. You see those questions you're not even ready to share with nobody. Share it with yourself.
I agree.
Share it with yourself. And when you finish sharing it with yourself, and you start asking questions that you don't even have an answer, then you now start looking for, who can help me navigate this path?
Okay.
How can I navigate it? And they come meet you, then you now start helping
them shape
that. Give them the shape they need. The kind of form
to fill
in all those that line. So you ask them question, open-ended question. How do you feel about this? How do you do all the stuff? And at the end of the day,
it comes to take
so those things that I was even thinking is nothing is so much.
Yes.
And you get back your power back. And that is it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. What I'm hearing is self-awareness, self-reflection.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us on the podcast today. This has been so informational, so insightful. Thank you. The work that you do is invaluable. I hope you know that, and I think you know that.
Thank you for telling me, even though I know that.
Yes, I think we need to hear it.
So thank you.
So with that, we want to thank you for joining us today on today's conversation.
Thank you.
And we mentioned this crucial point, and we wanted to highlight how a lot of the stresses that we have in life is based on us taking our values on people's praises, checks, approvals, and looking for ways to develop our own inherent values so that it's not affected by what people think. So if you love this conversation, please follow us, have the conversations, comment, like, follow, and we'll be looking forward to hearing from you. Remember, the goal is always to find balance in our personal, professional, social, and spiritual life. Thank you.
Thank you, Nnenna. It's such a pleasure. Thank you. You did great.
Thank you.